You would definitely be forgiven for having no idea what biohacking is, but its results are putting every health specialist on notice. Biohacking is doing anything to make changes to how you're living in order to live a healthier life. This can be anything from dietary changes to exercising more, but obviously it can get much more complicated than that. Learning how to biohack can do wonders for your mental and physical health and can really change your life in huge and unexpected ways. The people that get the most out of biohacking are well-informed and making smart choices and are setting the foundation to live a healthy lifestyle. With that in mind, here are 8 biohacking secrets for longevity and optimal health, all of which are bound to help you in both your day-to-day as well as your overall health span. Number 1. Sleep. You're probably thinking right now that sleeping isn't exactly the sexy answer that you were hoping for when learning more about biohacking. But that doesn't mean that it isn't one of the most effective ways to start biohacking. If biohacking is treating your body like a machine, then sleep is the charger to allow you to keep going. Sleep is proven to help prevent diseases and increase body function, and getting enough of it can make you feel much better in terms of brain activity. The key to sleeping better and with less stress is to preserve the last hour of your day for it. So instead of scrolling through your phone or thinking about what you have going on tomorrow, try to dedicate that time to your sleep. A lot of people find this to be quite therapeutic, and the act of mindfully blocking out stresses and outside factors and focusing entirely on yourself can definitely get you in the right mindset to rest up and think about what really matters. Number 2. Being comfortable with your finances. Countless studies have shown that people who feel comfortable with their finances tend to live longer, easier lives with less issues as they get older. It is very obvious that people who make more money will worry less about survival, but it is worth pointing out, as it is essentially the king of biohacks. You don't need to be swimming in money, but learning to be careful when budgeting and avoiding situations where you need to scrimp and save is going to allow you to focus on your interests and the things that make you happy. Experts use the term comfortable instead of secure because there is a very important difference. Many people are wired to worry about money even when it isn't a factor at the moment, which only wears you down over time. Learning to value what you do have is just as important as having those things in the first place. And so instead of worrying about upgrading your house, try to become comfortable with the house you're currently in and live in the moment a bit more. There's a big difference between fighting to get out of a bad situation using money and simply avoiding your problems by using it. And studies have shown that people worry about finances even when it isn't an issue, which can trigger stresses and bad habits to form in people. Number 3. DIY biology. While biohacking can focus a lot on the mental and emotional side of things, it can also lend itself to changes in the body too. DIY biology is a term that has recently popped up where experts in the field of biology will give you tips on how to better tailor your personal habits to your specific needs. This kind of study takes place in a lab or medical facility and involves an in-depth look at your body's needs, your nutrition levels, and other important insights that commonly are not given at a doctor's office. Putting your body in a controlled environment and having some tests done is an easy way for experts to see how your body is faring, and if it is in need of some lifestyle changes to run better. Almost all of us could use some pointers on how to better run our bodies, and this is a great way to get some solid answers on the subject. Number 4. Taking nootropics. Smart drugs have sort of become a buzzword in the health and lifestyle community within the last couple years, and there are plenty of studies being done into their effectiveness at the moment. Also called nootropics, these smart drugs are usually consumed in the same way that you would take a multivitamin, and are supposed to boost brain or physical activity throughout the day, often without you even noticing it. A smart drug that most of us take is caffeine, which certainly can have an effect on mood, work ethic, creativity, as well as a bunch of other factors too. Caffeine is not good when taken in excessive amounts, but scientists are currently trying to see if other smart drugs exist, and you can even buy some of these today. While they are safe to take, we don't fully know yet how effective many of them are, since the concept of smart drugs is a relatively new one. Only time will tell if these are the stimulants of the future, however, and how much a role they'll play in our lives. Number 5. Nutrigenomics. If you look at your body as a type of biological map, then Nutrigenomics is definitely the biohacking option for you. This subgroup of biohacking essentially focuses on seeing how your body responds to certain kinds of nutrients in order to map out which are the best for you. Looking at the food that you eat and seeing how it makes you feel, think, or act is the key part of Nutrigenomics. And a reason that it is becoming increasingly popular is how practical it is. While scientifically the practice is trying to map out how your food interacts with your genes, the process is simple enough to wrap your mind around and see how it can be effective. This is particularly important for longevity, since seeing how different nutrients trigger different effects over time can help ensure that you aren't, over the course of months or even years, unintentionally harming your body with foods that you were told should be helpful. Number 6. A sense of purpose. Biohacking isn't really about emotions, it's more about what causes them. While you may read this as finding a sense of purpose to be happy, the reality couldn't be further from the truth. This biohacking tactic is supposed to hone your mind in order to become more goal-centered and to see your life as something that can be manipulated to be easier on you too. Instead of sticking to a job that causes you discomfort and takes away your free time, planning out a way to get more out of your day at a new job is an example of biohacking. Finding what motivates you in life and then mapping out a plan to execute that plan will force your brain to find a reason to do all the other things right, like eating the right stuff, sleeping enough, and just properly caring for your body. Number 7. Spending more time outside. Experts have proven over the last decade or two that the more time you spend out in nature, the better, even if they haven't quite found out why that might be. Some theorize that it has to do with how our brains were wired generations ago, and that there still remains a part of us that benefits from being outside with the trees and grass. Regardless of the reason, spending time in nature can help with brain function, decrease the amount of healing time necessary after surgery, and emotionally can even help clear your mind. In the modern world, wealthier countries continue to spend less and less time outside, but a great biohack to help you reach your optimal health is to take a few minutes each day to soak in the beauty of nature. If not for the calming reasons, at least consider it because of how it may improve your physical health and how effectively your body is able to function. Number 8. Switching to ketosis. Most of our bodies function primarily on sugar, which provides us with the majority of the fuel that powers us throughout the day. Through the process of ketosis, though, we are able to switch our body's primary source away from sugars and to fats. There is a lot more energy to be gained from fats than sugars, and so people will undergo this shift in order to maintain a more stable energy level throughout the day. Ketosis has been linked to improved brain activity as well as athletic ability, and people that undergo the process claim it to be one of the best biohacking methods out there. The main hurdle here is that the body gets really confused for a small amount of time in the beginning, resulting in your body constantly sending signals for more sugar to you. Because you're feeding it fats, you shouldn't experience a huge drop in energy, but you will probably go through a bit of an awkward stage where your body can't really figure out what's going on with it. This will pass though, and you'll be living a life that can result in a decreased likelihood of dangerous mental diseases like multiple sclerosis and Alzheimer's, which is a huge feather in its cap. This biohacking option will require some considerable lifestyle changes to work, as you'll be watching your food intake really closely for a while. But the long-term benefits that studies have shown so far to switching to ketosis are eye-opening to say the least. Here are 2 more videos you might find interesting. Feel free to choose the one you like. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share the video with your friends. And for more interesting videos on health, subscribe to the channel.